How do you know if your chain on your motorcycle is bad? The most common way is to pull the chain off the rear sprocket. And if you pull and you can see light between the sprocket teeth and the chain, you know that your chain is stretched. Is it that simple? Yes, but there's a few nuances that you should know when you're doing this. You need to pull your chain off the rear sprocket in several different places. What I mean by that is you need to pull and then rotate the wheel and rotate the chain and then pull again and test it in different spots. Lots of times, certain sections of the chain may seem tight while other sections are way out of spec and too loose, and your chain needs to be replaced. So you can't just test one spot and say, okay, I'm done. You can also check for kinks in the chain. This means the links are grimed up and that they are not resting naturally. On this chain, there were 2 spots, this being one of them. Another misconception I noticed is some people might think that once they discover that there's slack in the chain, that they can simply move the axle back and tighten the chain and the slack will go away. The problem is we're looking at the elongation between the links, and the rest of the link is locked to the hub. So the part where you are pulling on the rear is not affected by how tight you stretch the chain. So what happens if you just don't replace the chain? Well, I had some first-hand experience with this. This is my bike going down to Ushuaia, and at that time I was 2 up, and the extra weight and the extra luggage on the bike had stretched the chain out prematurely. And the chain started slapping against the swing arm, and every bike has a rubber boot that protects it for any light swing of the chain. But because the chain is so stretched, it kept wearing through the rubber, and then it put a hole in the swing arm. I had to replace the swing arm when I got back, but it was really close to hitting the bearings. Well, there you have it. Those are my 2 tips for you about checking the chain, and then one word of caution: when you see the chain go bad, replace it.